Hello. Today we're going to talk about life. And for me personally, I had a lot of mistakes and failures in my life. And I didn't let that stop me, right? And I'm going to tell you about how life is like a prototype, like when you're trying to build something, a tool, a machine, or whatever the case may be. Life is just like that. And I'm going to explain it to you. So, a prototype, it's usually for software, hardware, or product design. But I looked at this and I looked at the synonymous view of life itself, right? Our failures are like prototypes. That's what I'm relating this to. And in a prototype, you have to define a goal. You have to identify your key features, right? Things that you want to do. You have to choose the right tools, right? You got to create a low fidelity version of it, right? A small replica of it, just like you see a car. They make a small version of that car before they build a prototype of it. Build an interactive prototype, right? Something that you can look and feel, open up the doors, check it out. You test it and you gather feedback, right? And then you iterate. You refine that based on feedback. You keep the cycle short and you focus on that. So think about those steps, right? You go through something. You know, it wasn't successful or not, right? If not, you try again. It's kind of like a prototype of life. Like we go through these things, we go through these motions, we go through life. Hopefully, you're enjoying it along the way. But we make mistakes, right? And the one thing, the why I created this relating to prototypes is because when we make mistakes or when we have setbacks, we get back the bicycle, right? I kind of relate this to when in 2016 when I was in a hospital for depression. I didn't let that stop me. I knew it would be a challenge, but I was up for the challenge, and I grabbed my Bible while in the hospital, and I started to build my life over again through exercise, through prayer, through eating right, through visiting the doctors, going to therapy, taking my medication, building a regimen for myself every day for work, for gym, for life in general, including the weekends, right? Building a process around that. So um, that was kind of a prototype for me. And I'm refining that, right? When I talked about refining it and iterations of life, I refine my day to day way that I attack life. And it's been working out. But again, it's a challenge that I was up for. Um, the one thing that I want to mention to you about prototypes and not to never give up. I read about or I heard about in the podcast about James Dyson, and this is the Dyson vacuum cleaner. 5,127 prototypes. That's how many iterations he went through to refine the bagless vacuum cleaner. So think about your life, right? We're quick to give up on the first try. He had over 5,000. And he became successful with the Dyson vacuum cleaner. His family is well known now today. But I give you that example to say never give up. Um, when you're at your lowest, understand that you can get back or even achieve higher uh, things than the level that you were at previously. Look at me as an example. I didn't give up on my family. I didn't give up on my friends. Didn't give up on God, right? To say that He had a better plan for me, and it was to strive and beat depression and overcome it, and be able to speak to you to tell you you can do it too. So don't look at setbacks as failures or anything like that. Look at it as an opportunity to be better, to refine your process. Take notes and look at where you failed. Look at what things took place that you won't let happen again. Right? Think about those things and just create iterations in life. I'm refining my finances. I'm refining my life. I'm refining how I treat my family. So you continuously build iterations to create that perfect utopia. Now, it's not going to be perfect. Life is not going to be perfect, but you have to be happy for the successes that you have. You have to look back and be mindful and thankful for what God has given you, thus far, and wait patiently for what he's going to give you in the future. Okay. All right. I'm going to leave you with a Bible verse. This is Galatians 6:9. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. All right. Thank you. Have a good day.